already know what time it is. Welcome back to another episode of Thinker versus Speaker, where I, Marissa the Thinker, sit down with different guests and we talk about all things, anything, everything, life, love, relationships, spirituality, literally whatever we want to talk about. So if you're into that kind of thing, strap up, tune in, and get ready for another episode. Now, with that being said, because we talk about any and everything, sometimes we talk about sensitive subjects. I don't know what we're going to talk about before we talk about it, and I don't know what's going to trigger people. So just take it as a general trigger warning. And, if we say something that you don't like, feel free to comment, tell us about it. We can start a dialogue, or if you got to go, do what you got to do. But next week, we'll be talking about something else. Hopefully you can come back and join us. Now, with all that out of the way, let's hop into it. I know I've been hyping it up. I know I've been talking about it. I got an announcement. I'm so excited. What's it about? And you know what I'm saying? I can't do that announcement without this particular guest that we got today. I got Chris Perry of Perry Web Design. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited for this episode. This is one of my favorites in a while. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm excited about all of my episodes, but this one here, this is special. This is a special stuff right here. You know what I'm saying?
It is. It really is. I'm excited for you.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for you.
We're going to go ahead and just get the cat out the bag right early. Just off the top. Now, y'all heard the name. What did I say? PerryWebDesign.net. So, special announcement is we got a website now, y'all. We finally got a website. We got a one-stop shop for all things Thinker versus Speaker. I ain't got to say 15,000 things at the end of the episode no more, y'all. I don't.
Moving up.
It's all there. Thinkerversusspeaker.com. Stop what you're doing. Go to it right now. Maybe you already there. Who knows? Go to thinkerversusspeaker.com, y'all, and tell me what you see. Go ahead and make sure that you subscribe, because you can subscribe right there. You can find all my social media right there. You can watch episodes right there. Like, what can't you do at this point? You know what I'm saying? And that wouldn't be possible without this week's guest right here. Okay, you got a web developer, making websites and everything. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Chris.
Yes. So, of course, like you said, my name's Chris Perry. I am the owner and creator of Perry Web Design. I established my website design business last year. Pretty much what really got me into it was I was building websites for just different people, whether it's nonprofits or, family who's starting up businesses, whatever the case may be. And, I got to talking with my circle and I see them moving in different ways and stuff like that. And it dawned on me, I'm like, I might as well make a profit while I'm doing it, right? You know what I'm saying? I enjoy what I do, I actually enjoy building the websites. And so that's pretty much how it got started.
Yeah, that's what's up. And we were just talking about that too before we actually come on here. It's just like, man, well, you got that one thing that it's just like, man, it's work, but I love it though. It gives me that energy. It gives me that thing that I need. And it's a good feeling to be able to actually do something that you love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's one of the most rewarding things you can almost do. At least that's how I feel at this point in my life.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. So many times, we in positions in our lives where, we have jobs that we go to because we have to, but not necessarily want to go to those jobs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing, like you stated, if more people did the stuff that they love, you just think about it, like turnover rates would be low. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't have to worry about, like you wouldn't have to pull yourself out of bed and, drag yourself to the office or whatever you do and be like, man, it's another day. Like I'm right back here. But as soon as you get off, you excited, like you said, we was talking earlier, you dreary at work, but you know that you going home to go do something that you actually love. So, you got that energy, you hype, you like, let's do it. I'm ready to do this, and this. And so, that concept of doing what makes you happy is real. It's real.
It's real. And honestly, it can help change your outlook on so many things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because we need something to be happy about, especially like in this world that we live in right now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
if we just follow what we're given, you know what I'm saying? You work, you take care of your kids, and you go to work again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it.
Right. You don't get that time to really enjoy your life. You up and look up, you're 50, 60 years old. You kind of like look back for a second. You like, kids grown, they out the house, like, what have I done? I haven't gone on no trips. I haven't took the time out. But the cool thing, this is the one thing I love about life. It's never too late to do anything. Like, you can always go back to school. You can always start your business. You can always start your hobby that you want to do. Like, so many times we always say like, "Oh, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to do this. I ain't got time to do this." The most important thing that you can do is make time for yourself. Because a lot of times, we put ourselves on the back burners for others. But you're kind of, in a sense, you're doing a disservice, because what that hobby or what that business could have been could be helping out even more people. Prime example, my website business. If I just was like, I just kept it under wraps, didn't talk about it, didn't mention it, didn't do nothing, I'd be doing a disservice. Thinkerversusspeaker.com wouldn't be made. You
Nah,
know what I'm saying? It's a disservice to other people. Like, as much as you want to, please, because we do people, we do have pleasers. As much as you want to please people, sometimes it's okay to be selfish,
yeah,
because in the long run, you're gonna be taking care of folks.
yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy about what you're saying, because what I'm getting from what you're saying is the the way that life is kind of like circular, like everything kind of like all works together. Like when everybody is doing what it is that they really love and enjoy, we can collaborate in a way that just makes life even better for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's just like the same way, like I promise you, like I swear to God, like when you hit me up about the website, I was at a point where it was just like, I need to start thinking about a website. Am I gonna have to make my own website? I can, but do I want to? You know, and,
Right.
and being in that place where it's just like, yeah, they make it so that, having a website is convenient to make, but also at the same time, would it be better if I paid somebody else to do it? And then once you start looking at people who make website, the prices can be like, right, or they can be crazy. You know,
Yep.
like some of the prices for people that make websites are a little out of there. So
Yeah.
so like even going through this process with you, it made it a lot easier for me because that was one less thing that I have to do, especially as somebody who is trying to run a business. We already have a lot to do, what I'm
Right.
saying, with the
Yeah.
work that you're trying to do. So to be able to have other people who are better at, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
better
Right.
at
No, I
what you
get you.
need, they'll get
Right.
you,
No, seriously.
yeah.
Just to go back to what you said, just as far as like collaborating, as I said earlier, I stated earlier that I looked at my circle. And I remember you was talking to Trey a couple episodes back, and y'all was talking about your circle and how important it is to be around, though, certain people that pretty much elevate you.
Hmm.
And so, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Well, that's what I saw. I see that, my friends and my peers and just people I'm around, they starting businesses. They're taking they're taking the gifts that God gave them and actually utilizing them. They're not sitting on them. And so, so many times, just bring it all, bring it full circle, just once again, so many times we put our talents and what we have to give to everybody on that back burner. And it's like, for what? Like, you just don't know how many more people you can help, how many more people you can collab with if you actually use your gift and show the world what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like this platform right now, thinker versus speaker. Like there's a million podcasts that's out there. But at the same time, how many people actually know somebody? You know what I'm saying? On like a deeper level, as far as, getting on that podcast. And you're giving so many people, you're applying your gift and helping out so many people, helping expose so many different opportunities for people that's listening and watching this. And like I said, this never, ever, ever think that you gotta. I guess what I'm trying to say is never think that you have to put what you're trying to do on the back burner because you don't think that it's a priority. Because in reality, it's the most important priority of your life because it's your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people got kids. I got kids. But, at the same time, I tell them, if you got a dream, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Same thing. Why is it that I tell my kids that, but then I don't follow my own preaching? You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so
Yeah. 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 It's following your heart. Like,
hmm
that's where I'm at in this stage of life where it's just like, in the beginning, I don't know what I was chasing in my 20s. Lord knows I have no clue what I was chasing, but it was
same
something
here,
I would
same
never put my hands on. It was something that I was never gonna ever attain, okay? But
here.
now, it's a time in life where, you know, the key is really just following your heart and going with the flow. If it
hmm
feels good, let it feel good and do it. You know,
Yeah,
if it makes your soul happy, just do it. Because like I said, whatever it is that God put in you, He put it in you for a reason. And it was for
facts.
you to use it. We're not supposed to be down here just being unhappy going through the motions. Like, nah, like it's actually something out here that's gonna make you happy from a real genuine place, in your life. And it's just a matter
Yep.
of finding it, and once you're able to do that, like you said before, like I remember a younger version of me because I've been reflecting. This whole 30 thing got me
Right,
like
right. I hear
hard.
you. No, I hear you. I'm with you.
It got me doing hard, okay?
Man.
But it like doing it's like I'm thinking about like where I was 5 years ago. And like 5 years ago, I just started doing what it is that I do now. I was hating what I did before. And like now when I think about where I am now, it's just like, hold on, wait, these are like transition seasons.
hmm
It's like when I was like 25, I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I had to fix like the mistakes of my early 20s. Like I had to go fix
Right.
everything that I did in my early 20s,
Facts. No, I hear you on that, man.
clean it
Because
up.
the struggle
And
is
then,
real.
yeah, and then like 25 to 30, it's just like I cleaned up that mess that I made here. And it's just like, and it got better. So it's just like, so now I'm looking at 30, 35. It's just like, hold on, wait, it's a lot of potential to build on this and go even further. And then when I look around and I look at all of the people that are around me, like you said, that are doing amazing things, you know what I'm saying? Like Trenum just had the gun violence thing like this past weekend,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it was another guy that's been on the show before. He was on the 85 South show. They prototype, you can buy it now. When he was on the show before, it wasn't quite there yet. Now you can buy it,
Right.
put your hands on it and use it. It's like inspiration. There is no hate, there is no jealousy, there is no like it's like, nah, like look at them doing it. Let me go get mine.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. No, that's exactly how I feel too. Because I mean, like when you surround yourself with successful people, you by association pick up certain tendencies. Because like you said, like you see that these people are doing A, B, and C, but the question is, why can't you go out and do A, B, and C? just as well. Like me personally, I'm a competitive person. I
Mhm.
just am. You know what I'm saying? And so if I see one of my friends, you know, starting a business or or they just doing something amazing, even if it's school, it ain't gotta be business.
Right.
Even if they going back to school or whatever the case may be, I look at it as okay, so you doing that. I'm not about to be left behind. I'm not gonna do the exact same thing that you doing. But when we have a conversation, when we at that table, I'm gonna be able to talk that talk just like you are.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's even though it's under a different, I guess you can say like a different tree of what you're talking about. You may be talking about the business part of what you're doing or whatever, but I'm going to school for cybersecurity. So I'm gonna sit there and talk that talk with you, like, oh yeah, that's crazy that you mentioned, that you starting up a business. Fun fact: make sure that you do A, B, and C to make sure you protect your bank account, protect your employee records. You should probably look into downloading this program to protect sensitive information like your customer's credit card information, stuff like that. And so that's kind of how I look at it. And a lot of people, when you hear like someone say they're competitive, like, oh, you just trying to compete with them and you just want to be better than them. No, that's not it at all.
Nope.
It's just if we sitting at a table, I don't want to be the odd duck that's settled. That's my biggest pet peeve is when I feel like I've settled for just being just good enough.
Mhm.
When I'm complacent, that's the word I'm looking for. Complacent. I
Right.
hate when I get to that complacent place because I feel like I'm getting left behind. And so, when you in that complacency,
Mhm.
it's not a good feeling at all. It's like it's just a disgusting feeling, especially when you're around successful people.
Yeah.
Because you see them doing A, B, and C, and you just sitting there like, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, you go out, use your gift to the best of your abilities. Can't nobody do you better than you.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
like who gonna outdo you? You
Nobody
know,
can.
no, nobody can. And so it's just one of those things. You just gotta take your surroundings and I mean, just utilize them. Just utilize them. Even if I know, a lot of people, especially nowadays, social media is a big thing as far as, like with the young kids and how they look at these, rappers and everybody else, Instagram models and whoever else is on IG or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever, and they look at them and they like, I want that to be my life. But the thing is, are you willing to put in that work to get to that point?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you mess around and surpass it, you know?
Yeah.
And so, it's just, oh man, like I said, just the complacency part though. That's just I know that's a lot of, that's just one thing I know a lot of people have is when they feel that complacency and they
Mhm.
feel like they're stuck. You're not stuck.
Not at all.
Really, yeah, I say use your surroundings, but use it as a tool, just like anything else. You use your surroundings as a tool. Don't use it as a crutch. That's just the main thing. Like I don't want nobody to get the misinterpretation. Like, well, that dude on your podcast said I was using my surroundings and I'm surrounded by nobody but bums. I'm like, no, 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 no. What I said was you use your surroundings so that way especially like where you don't want to be.
Mm.
Like if you live in somewhere where you like, oh well, this ain't the best place to be, or whatever the case is, use your surroundings to motivate you to be better,
Mhm.
to take care of your younger siblings, to give them a better opportunity, or your kids, or whoever's in your life that's special. Use your environment as a motivation, and
Mhm.
and use it to your ability to help pretty much catapult your gift to heights that you didn't even think was possible. And so yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you gotta let your like take a snapshot of your life and really look at it. You know what I'm saying? Look at what you put
Hmm.
around, look at what you consume, look at what you what are you taking in? Because it can tell you a lot about where you are in your life, and you know it can really give you the clues of what you need to change and what's
Yeah.
going on. You know, it can show you a lot. You know what I'm saying? If like even what you said about um that competition between friends, because it's like healthy competition and unhealthy competition. At the level
Yes.
that you're talking about, that's like healthy competition. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not competition in a sense, it's really just motivation. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like, you know, it's just like, okay, like, let me, I want to keep up. I don't want to get left behind. I'm trying to keep up. And I'm not trying to run your race. I'm not trying to keep up with you in the sense of I'm running your race too. It's just keeping
Hmm.
up in the sense of I'm running my race. I got to make sure I don't stop running my race because I want to continue elevating as a person. You know, I don't want to be that person with nothing to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what brings that real competition, like those jealousy and those kind of feelings. That's where
Yep. That
those kind of
envy.
things comes from. Because if somebody like don't have much going on in their life, and you keep talking about all of the things that are going good
Yep.
in yours, it gets a little weird. It
Hmm.
gets a little weird.
Start eating at you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you feel those kind of things. And it's actually what's gonna amplify that feeling of being left behind. Cause guess what happens on the other side? I can tell you, because if we going through the motions and you know, I feel myself elevating because I've been on both sides and I feel
Right.
myself elevating. And every time I come and I'm talking to you, like, yeah, I got this going on, I got this going on, be like, what's going on with you? Nothing. That's nice for you. You know what I'm saying? You feel that and you be like, let me
Yep.
go ahead and get up, let me go ahead and get away with this. And then you actually see people start leaving you behind. So instead of feeling like you getting left behind, you could really use it as that motivation. Like, hold on, let me get in my lane and really start running my race. Because I don't like this feeling. But some people just kind of like sit in the feeling and allow it to keep them stuck. And that is that complacency. Like, you know, that victim mentality, like I can't go nowhere. No, you can. But
Yep.
just let that thing that's driving the jealousy be a motivator instead of a hindering factor. It's all about
Hmm.
perception, really.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like a lot of times, one thing that I learned, now being in my 30s too, and one thing that I learned was in my 20s, I was too busy trying to sit at other people's tables.
You said
That was my biggest thing. That was one of my biggest flaws was I was trying to sit at someone else's table that they built. And it's just like being in somebody else's house. You can't run nobody else's house. You are a guest. And the same thing. When I'm if I'm following what my boys is doing and I come in late and I come to the table and I'm like, oh well, I think that the silverware should go over there and then y'all should do the cups over here and this, that, the other. I don't have no right to do that. That's the table that they built. I needed to build my own table because can't no one else tell me how my table is supposed to be set. If I'm bringing in people, they're going to sit down at this table and they're going to follow the rules at this table. That's just what it is.
mm-hmm.
And, like you said, just going back to it just goes back to getting in your own lane. A lot of times, you're right. A lot of times people get envious and jealous of their friends or whoever it is success because they are, and then they get stuck.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to you wasting too much time worrying about somebody else's gift and not trying to improve yours.
Yeah.
Like you can't have it both ways. You can't stalk somebody and then try to live your life. Like no, like you're the reason why you stalking them. Most of your time is consumed in watching what they doing.
Right.
So while you're still envious and you got hatred in your heart and you spitting venom every time that they try to bring good news,
Hmm.
all that time you spent, building up that hate, you could have been improving your craft.
Iron
You
could
could
have
have
been
been,
sharpening
you
iron.
know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could have been studying for that real estate license, getting that degree, trying to get that promotion at work.
Yeah. And it's real because you know what I'm saying, when you're not in that mode, it allows you to make so much progress. Because going back to even what I said, it's just like, yeah, I thought about making my own website. But when it comes down to it, it's just like, wait, it's somebody better than me, more qualified than me, that is willing to do the
Hmm.
work right now. Let myself get some help instead of,
Right.
what I'm saying, trying to be like, oh, I'm a one stop
Man,
shop.
we show good. That's one thing, man. That's one thing. I can't speak for other races. I can say about black folks, but we too prideful sometimes, man. We are way too prideful. We rather sit and struggle and just literally
Yeah,
struggle, like
yeah,
struggle before asking for help. And it's like, why? Like,
yeah,
why are we like this?
yeah,
Like, like we will literally have the resources to make things easier, but we are so prideful we won't even do it. We'll be like, I'll just figure it out.
yeah. And that's what I love about the circle that we're creating now, is because we are all being each other's resources. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's no competition, it's no, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to what's it called? Gatekeep. Like, we ain't
Yeah,
gatekeeping
yeah,
opportunities, nothing like that. It's just like, hold on, wait. What service did you need? Hold on. I know somebody for that. Wait. I got you. I got you. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because it makes life so much easier. Y'all, let me talk about this process with this website real quick, right? It was simple. It was so simple. It took one phone call, y'all. One phone call. So I have my domain already. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I have my domain already, but I didn't need it though, right? You would have helped me with that too if I didn't have one,
Yeah,
right?
I would help you get the domain and everything. Yep.
I bet. So all I had to start off with is a domain that I've been sitting on for about 2 years now. No lie. So you know what I'm saying? This is how long I've been putting off making a website, to give y'all a point of reference, okay? So I'm sitting on this domain and we do a phone call. I'm like, all right, this is my vision. I say, I want boom, 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 boom. Chris is just like, oh yeah, that's easy. Got it. Got it. Oh yeah, know how to do that. I'm saying things. I'm on the phone, y'all. I think I'm saying things that are complicated. I'm just like, okay, so I want to be able to link the videos to the page. Can we do that? He's like, yeah, of course. Like, you want a page? Yeah, we could do that. No problem. Like, it's just like, okay, so I go home, I finish my work, I don't think nothing else of it, and then boom, we got homepage. Then a couple
Yeah,
of days later, boom, we got more than that. And like 2 weeks later, you know what I'm saying? It's done and it's
yeah.
live. And we here because this hasn't been a long process whatsoever. It's been no headache to me at all. This has been fun, you know what I'm saying? And then
Same.
yeah, and just being able to collaborate in this way, you know what I'm saying? I might have a vision. Chris is saying, hey, I think we should do it like this. Look, you do this. You do this. Let me trust your vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me trust your vision. And then being able to put the visions together, it was a painless process. But you know what I'm saying? We gotta let each other be willing to help one another.
Yeah, you definitely do. Or surround yourself. Get yourself a team. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, like everybody always, everybody pillow talk. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody pillow talk. Like I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this.
yeah,
Enough pillow talk. Go out and do it. Go out and actually do it. Because you will look back. Because let's just stick with the 30 crew. Everybody who's listening to this right now, if you're 30 years old, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, you decided I want to get into real estate. You go to the classes, You get your real estate license, you pass the test, you get your real estate license. Let's fast forward 10 years later, you 40. You gonna look back at 30-year-old you and being like, bro, the hesitation I had was crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know why I hesitated on doing half of the stuff that I did in those 10 years.
You probably
You
work
know?
3 days a week at this
Man,
point.
I'm
Money
telling
night.
you. And you know what I'm saying? You making money that you didn't think was possible of making. You thought you was just gonna be stuck at whatever place, you know what I'm saying? You was just gonna be, washing dishes or folding clothes or getting chewed out by the manager that you don't even like. You thought you was just there
Yeah.
because you had to be.
Yeah.
Not because you want to be, because you had to be. But
Yeah.
the reality of it is you don't. Now, once again, I gotta let people know. I ain't saying go out and quit your job. I ain't saying go do that now.
Nah.
I'm not saying go out and do that.
That's on you. We didn't tell you to do that. That's on
Right,
you.
right. You interpret this the way you want to.
At this point, if you're 30 now, you a grown up. We can't. Nah, you
Right, you
grown. Don't.
grown. Don't you be going on our page talking about y'all told me to quit. But
I don't
you
think
know,
you do.
right. But no, it's just like don't hesitate. I swear it just circles back around. Don't minimize your gift. Just don't do it. Like there's so many opportunities out there that a lot of people don't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just going to use just a prime example. A lot of people don't know that in most states you can, like, depending on what county you live in or whatever the case may be, but there are grants out there that can help first time home buyers. They'll actually pay for your down payment. That's just information. That's just a prime example of information that you can actually get if you took the time and to research it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it doesn't even have to be real estate. If you wanted to go to school for nursing,
Mm-hmm.
there's grants out there that that get swept under the table at the end of the year. I mean, billions of dollars that doesn't even get touched because nobody knows about them. For healthcare workers, and it's just one of those things. It's just information that you could go get when you actually take the time. Like if you uninstall all the apps on your phone and dedicated that time
Mm-hmm.
to like researching something that interests you, you will be amazed. You will
Look,
be amazed. You'll be like, oh my God.
I said this on a post the other day, and it was just like when I when I realized I matured, it was when I understood that things just gonna be hard sometimes. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So things are just going to be hard work. Like hard work is unavoidable. Just period.
Yeah.
Hard work is unavoidable. Hard work looks different in different circumstances, but hard work
Hmm.
is unavoidable. So I might as well stop running from hard work itself and choose what I'm willing to work hard for.
Yeah.
Just period. It's up to me to choose what I'm willing to work hard for, and that made life easier. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Like if it
Hmm.
brings me joy, I'm willing to work hard for it. You know what I'm saying? If a certain person that you love, you know what I'm saying? Like if you love somebody, are they worth working hard for? Because that relationship is not going to be easy. Are
Hmm.
you willing to work hard for it? You know what I'm saying? If you want to be able to improve your career, are you find something that you're willing to work hard for and it won't be so hard because you know why you're working for it. So
Exactly.
don't run from hard work. Just find what you're willing to work hard for, what's worth it to you. And it's going to change
No.
everything.
No, 100%. No, I agree with that 100%. No, you said that perfectly. Like, you know, and like you said, with the hard work, it's it's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't the question that you really got to ask yourself when trying to better yourself is, why not make yourself a priority? Like, if nothing else, and once again, I'm not saying that you got to go start a business, or if the case may be. Because I mean, you could take small steps. So many people say like, "Oh, I like to read," or "I like to," or I would like to read more," or whatever the case may be. Whatever you into, you can do it. You can make time. But once again, like I said before, if you go in and you look at your screen time for like most apps, most of the time, and I'm guilty of this myself, most of the time, you looking at almost about 8 to 10 hours. This is like, that's crazy. 8 to 10 hours on an app,
Yeah.
like, that's a whole shift of work. Like, 8 to 10 hours. Like, you could be doing so many different things with that 8 to 10 hours. You could take 3 of those hours for yourself, literally for yourself.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And then you go back to scrolling. Because when you scrolling, you ain't doing nothing but looking at other people succeed.
That's
Like, you looking
it.
at, that's it. Like,
That's
you looking at other
it.
people's accomplishments.
You
You
watching
sitting in the
somebody
bed,
else live their life. It's
man,
wild.
it's crazy. And then you sit there and feel bad for yourself. Like, man, why can't I
You
do it?
watch.
Why can't you? Like, you too busy in somebody else's lane watching them run. Your lane is right next to them, and you could be taking off. But you're like, man, look at them go. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah. It's
It's like,
insane. It's insane. I said this on the last episode. Shout out to y'all if y'all watching on the website right now. Go ahead, click that video page. It's gonna be right there. Last week's episode.
I
But you know
love
what
it.
I'm saying? I said it last week. I said it last week. It's just like I spend as little time possible on social media as possible. Probably less than I should as a podcaster, but like it's not how I want to spend my time. I don't want to be in
Hmm.
somebody else's business. I don't want to be in somebody else's life. I want to be in my own. I like being in
Right.
my own world, editing videos, going outside, playing with my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yup.
because it's only so much when you're pursuing your passion, it's only so much time that you actually have. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much time that you really have free, and how you spend it matters. And I want to spend that time doing things that are important to me. I want to spend it with things I love, people I love, doing things that I love. I don't really
Yup.
want to waste any more time because like you said, I spent my 20s too trying to sit at somebody else's table. And I
Hmm.
wasted time and I want my time back. So I'm not
Right.
gonna waste it. I'm not gonna waste it on things that just don't serve me anymore. And I don't see anything wrong with it because that's really the key. You know,
Yup.
that's the key. We spend too much time watching other people instead of living our own lives, doing our own thing. You could be so much happier. It is one of the reasons why I stopped smoking as much as I used to smoke because I started adding up the time that it actually takes to do that. And the and the money.
Hey.
But it
Right, right,
takes
right.
time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm literally spending time and money to sit somewhere, look at a wall or a TV, go eat food that I probably wouldn't have ate if I didn't do this. And then,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Just spending even more money, wasting even more time. Like, I ain't knocking it, you know what I'm saying? But it
Right,
just
right. No, I
didn't fit
get
my
you.
lifestyle anymore. I wasn't willing to
Yup.
spend that time doing it anymore. Like I said,
No, for real.
it's your
No,
choice. It's up to you how you
yeah.
want to spend your
It's
time and
a
what you
hundred
want.
percent. Yep. No, 100%. No, no, that's exactly right. It's totally up to you. Like, you can't blame nobody else because you wasting time. You can't be envious. You can't be like upset with somebody else for them taking their time and using it wisely. And you like, oh man, I can't believe them. Like the biggest thing is, when you grow up with people, you know, many people don't realize the reality of it is you outgrow people
Hmm.
because you can outgrow your surroundings. You can outgrow your day to day routine. Like you said, you just stated it. Like, hey, like, why am I spending money and time doing this? I could be doing 5 or 10 other things in the same time frame that I'm sitting here doing nothing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's why, like, that's my biggest, because I'm like that too. Like, my biggest thing with social media is like, I think I want to say for the past 2 years, I just like at the beginning of the year, I usually delete all social media, and I just look at like how much more time I actually have to like do stuff. Not even, I mean, just with my kids, take time for myself, you know, the missus or whatever the case may be. And a lot of people don't even realize it. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't even realize how much time is being consumed when they're, you know what I'm saying? Because they're so used to it. They don't really realize that, like I didn't spend, it's 9 o'clock, let's just say you go get in the bed at 9 o'clock, you up and look up, it's 11.
Yep.
You didn't spend 2 hours
On your
doing nothing but scrolling.
yeah.
That's it. That 2 hours before you go to sleep, you could have been like me. I just use myself as an example because I am, you know, I've done that. I do it. I could be, promoting my website business. I could be, messaging the groups or the nonprofits that I work with and seeing what they need done. I mean, it's just I could be way more productive in those 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's just wild. Like you said, it's just wild that we get so consumed. It's easy to get consumed in that wild lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I want that, but you ain't looking at what it takes to get that.
Right. Right.
You
And I
know?
think that takes me back to that snapshot, that taking that snapshot of your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just looking at, okay, how am I spending my time? Like, it goes beyond just the people, right? The people that you have around you, the time. It's how am I spending my time? You know, it what kind of people do I have around me? How am I spending my time? What type of media am I taking in? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, what kind of content am I taking in?
That's the biggest one. Yes. Oh my
Is it
God. Yeah.
supporting, are all of these things actually supporting this life that I want to create for myself? You know?
Hmm.
And that's how you take your accountability back. That's how you take your power back. That's how you take your control back. Because a lot of things that I hear from people when it comes time to talk about changing these things is I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the this, I don't have the that. And it's just like nobody can change that but you. So if you take
Yep.
that snapshot and really reevaluate what you got going on, you'll be able to find the little areas where you can just tweak something here and there. Don't start small. Don't just up and quit your job. Take little steps, take
Right. Right. Baby
steps,
steps.
build up to it, and just figure out what you can change.
Yep. And I was just gonna say, like, I don't know not one successful person who, one, didn't have to work hard for what they got, and two, is not surrounded by people who on the same level that they on.
Right.
Like, one of the things that I also learned, just listening to like my surroundings and just soaking it all in is, you know, right now, and if you ask anybody, like, if you could be a millionaire right now, would you do it? Heck yeah, I'm about to be a millionaire. Like, why
Hands
wouldn't
down.
I?
Yeah.
But if you ask a millionaire that, they'd be like, no, I want to be a billionaire. That's what I want to be. I don't care about it. Like, I already reached $1 million. That's nothing. But it's that mindset,
Yeah.
and that's the difference between, what I'm saying, those different mindsets.
Yeah.
And once again, it goes back to what you said, that content that you watch. Like, is it are you watching the Alabama deck fight?
Yeah,
For the 14th time?
yeah,
You looking for the capstone in the earth? Is that what you're doing?
yeah,
Or are you watching like a motivational speaker before you go to bed? You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Or are you sitting in the bed going to thinkerversusspeaker.com and watching the whole episodes? You know
that
what I'm
part,
saying? Like,
that part right there.
like I'm not saying that, it's not always wrong. Like if you feel like you have to be on your phone, okay. But you can still be productive while being on your phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta watch the violence, you know what I'm saying, or whatever else is going on in the world. You could be watching, somebody preaching. You could be watching somebody motivating you. You know what I'm saying? To give you that last minute before you go to sleep, I don't want to be thinking about somebody getting punched in the face. That's just violence. That's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I wake up in the morning, that's gonna be on TV.
yeah,
Like I want to make sure when I go to bed, I'm motivated
yeah,
to get up in the morning and be better. I tell myself this all the time. I wake up to be better than I was yesterday.
yeah.
That's my big. That's pretty much like my motto to myself. Like, be better than you was yesterday. If I walk 5,000 steps, then you need to walk 6,000 a day. And a lot of people, they gotta adopt that type of mindset. Like nobody's nobody's taking the time to hold you back.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And it's two things that I get from that. And it's just like one, like you don't even have to stop everything that you do. It's just
No,
being mindful of how you do it and being intentional about what you do. You know what I'm saying? When I first started going through this like little change or whatever, I tried to throw all of my little, you know what I'm saying? The best way I know how to put it is my ratchet baby side. I tried to put my whole little ratchet baby side away, like it just didn't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just
cool
like,
cold turkey you tried to do, huh? Talking about you ain't getting rid of me that easy.
yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like acknowledging it's just like, it's just the time and the place for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, just be you, but you know what I'm saying? Also remember who you're becoming at the same time. Like,
Right.
don't like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you like, if that's what you enjoy, okay, spend 30 minutes on social media. Just don't spend 2 hours on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just just be mindful of what it is that you're doing and why you do it. You know what I'm saying? Even with like smoking is a good example for me because that was my thing. It's just like, why am I doing it? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was doing it heavy, it was for no reason, like whatsoever. You just doing it
Right.
because it's a thing to do. You had no purpose to it. But it's just like, okay, now and again, you know, we at a party, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, right,
maybe,
right,
but
right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right. I
saying?
got
But
you.
you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like if I got something to do, like that's not first priority, top of mind anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying stop doing you, but elevate that you. Change,
Right.
be intentional about the you that you're trying to become.
No, 100%. Like, because when you do, you're gonna start to notice the subtle tendencies that you used to have that you don't have no more, and you're
Right.
gonna start feeling good about it. You're gonna be like, man, like I remember I used to do that. Like
I
that's a
used to
huge
depend on
accomplishment,
this. Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't let nobody diminish your accomplishments, whatever it
No.
is.
Yeah.
Like don't let nobody like even if you then took your screen down, like you said, from 2 hours to just an hour. That's an accomplishment for you because you are so used to being on that phone for 2 hours scrolling before you go to bed. Now you only on it for an hour, and then that other hour you decompressing. You letting out that big whoo sigh. You know what I'm saying? You clearing your mind. You know, and so it's just crazy. It's just crazy that the little things that we do can have such a huge impact.
Hmm.
And it just amazes me how like many people don't look at it or see it that way. They look at it like, well, it's not really a big change, and it's not gonna do nothing. It's like, no, it's just like, if you got one of those like those milk jugs, you got
Yeah,
one of those milk jugs that's empty, and you drop a penny in there. Right now, no, it's only one penny in there. It's only 1 cent. But if you continuously putting change in there, and then you go to the little coin store or whatever, that 1 cent can turn into like $30, $40.
right.
And it's the same thing with you changing. It may be small now, but you gonna up and look up. You're gonna be like, I got more energy
Yeah.
because instead of going to bed at 11, I go to bed at 10. I got that more energy to like get up in the morning, go to the gym, or go for a walk, or I'm not as sleepy at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more productive
Yep.
overall. And so, it's just one of those things. Like, small accomplishments lead to big accomplishments.
Right. Right. And like and for me that teaches you how to enjoy the journey. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because when you learn how to appreciate those small steps that you take, you realize that you're already there. I was journaling last night and I was thinking about it because I used to think like, oh, when I'm in my purpose, like I would always feel like I'm in my purpose once this becomes huge, right?
Hmm.
Like, oh, when this becomes huge, like I'll be in my purpose. When I don't have to go to my job anymore, like then I'll be in my purpose. But then I realized, like, no, I'm in my purpose right now.
Yep.
Like you're in your purpose right now, where you are doing what it is that you do. Because these small things, like this website is huge, thinkerversusspeaker.com. This is a huge step
It is.
in a series of other steps. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and if you too focused on the biggest goal that you want to get to, you miss the accomplishments that you make along the way. And those are the things that really bring you the happiness, that joy, that everything. Because if you always looking at the end goal, you always feel like you're missing something. It's good to have
Yep.
something that you're working towards, but at the same time, be happy for where you are and what you have, because you have a lot. You know,
Yeah.
it was something that you said earlier in the episode where it's just like, at one point in your time, in one point in your life, you can be happy doing one thing, and like it that's exactly how it can go. When I was 21, I was happy to fold clothes. I thought I would be cool folding clothes forever. Like I was in management,
Right.
and I was doing hiring and everything like that. I was making decent money for my age. And then when I turned 25, I realized like, nah, this isn't a lifestyle that I want when I get older. This isn't something that I want when I have kids. This ain't how I want it. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? This isn't what I want. And then I got a different job. I transitioned again to something that was more stable because I wanted to align myself with the future that I wanted to create for myself.
Right.
And now that I'm 30, I'm doing it again. you know,
Right.
I'm doing it again, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's the continual progression of life. Like your goals can change, your aspirations can change, your everything can
Yep.
change. It's supposed to change. I don't know who
Yeah.
told us that it's supposed to be how you envision it. No, it's continually supposed to change. And if you
Yep.
understand that it's continually supposed to change, there is no disappointment. There is none of that, because like I thought I was gonna be a rocket scientist. I was not built to be a rocket scientist, y'all. People would have died. I
They would not be doing space trips right now if I was in the command center.
I was not one of the women from Hidden Figures, okay? It was not me. Yeah.
That's
But
a good
shout
movie though.
out
That's a
to
good
them.
movie though.
Look, shout out to them. I got my NASA shirt on right now. I still love the concept. Shout out, like, you know what I'm saying? I know a couple people that's done work for NASA at this point in my life, and that's the dopest thing ever, because
Right.
they in their lane doing them over there.
Right. 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 They like building them rockets. You right.
Because it's supposed to change. You're supposed to do you and be in your lane. And if your lane goes in a different direction than you expected, just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I'll say this. So I work with, like I stated earlier, I work with two nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
One is emerging business leaders, and then the other one is Peace, and it's out here in Columbia, Missouri. And so I didn't. If you would have asked me last year when I set up Period Web Design, would I be setting up websites for, or not even just setting up websites, working with two different nonprofits while running my own business, chasing around my kids, working and doing everything else, I would have looked at you like you was crazy. Because I would have told you. I would have been like, I don't have time for all that. That's what I would have told you. I would have told you I don't have time for all of that. I would have had to give something up. But I'm here now. And I'm like, well, I'm still like, I ain't got no damn time. But
You're doing it
but
though.
I'm doing it and I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it because I'm able to be in my bag and use my gift to help better lives for people who want to start businesses or the youth out here in Columbia, Missouri. Like I got kids. I wanna affect change. That is like my biggest thing. You know, I say this. It's just funny because my boy Quintez been boy since middle school,
That name
and
sounds
so
awfully familiar. Uh-huh.
yeah, and so he's more of Killmonger, and I'm more T'Challa. And
Okay.
so, and we joke about it all the time. Because he was like, no, them ships should have made it out of there. But I'm like, nah, man, peace, love, everything else. And so I just say that because it's like, I want to affect change.
Yeah.
But I know I can't do what, and uh, the CEO of Peace, his name is Julian Jackman, I can't do what Julian does. I can't speak the way Trey does.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that because that's not my gift. That's not what I do. But what I can do is I can apply services on their websites. I can set up forms. I can do my part to help better tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just one of those things where it just goes back to those little things, those little accomplishments turn into a big accomplishment. Because just because I'm not front and center and I'm not, the face or whatever the case may be, doesn't mean that what I'm doing is less important than what they do.
Mm-hmm.
My work is just as important as
Absolutely.
what they doing. And
Yeah.
that just goes back. Your little, like you said, those little accomplishments, those stepping stones, a lot of people call them, like these are my stepping stones to greatness. But you want to look back and be like, dang, like I did this. Like I
Yeah.
started the podcast. I started the podcast here, and now I don't know what the future holds for you. But
I
you
was
mess
on
up,
my
you're like, now I got
phone.
Hughley on my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the sky's the limit,
Yeah.
but it starts with you doing little steps to reach your end goal.
Absolutely. Real shit. Real shit. When I started this podcast, it was two of us. And it was two of us because I didn't even have the confidence to be the host.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have no fancy microphones. I had my cell phone and some Apple headphones and an app. And that's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now to be here 2 years, because it's the 2 year anniversary in October. So we going on 2 years from that point. I'm doing it on the computer. I can see y'all when we do it. I got a microphone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a website, thinkerversusspeaker.com. You can get on the website and click on the episodes, watch it right there. Connected to all of my social media. You get to know all about us. We got sponsors. Yo. And I was just happy when we started it on my phone. Happy when I found the confidence to do the show alone. Because it could have ended when I had to do it on my own. It could have ended. But I had to find it in myself to be able to keep going, to find my confidence to be able to put my face out there and be the lead. And I did it because I love it. I did it because I love the conversations. Even without 1 million followers, even without 1 million views, I love the conversations. I can get off of here right now and be happy. I do pre-show interviews that are just as lit as the actual episodes y'all don't even get to see. I have fun. I will stay up till midnight working on these. You know what I'm saying? There'll be nights we texting at 11 talking about the website. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You never know. Just start that thing and just build on it and build on it and build on it. Like, if you built a house one plank of wood at a time, eventually you're gonna have a house if you don't stop putting up the planks of wood.
Yep. 100%. No, it. You're right. Like but you know, like we both stated earlier, it's that mindset of, I don't think that this small accomplishment is enough. That is like the biggest kryptonite, because we self doubt. And so, you know, like you said, you started 2 years ago. And now, you know, the stuff that you didn't have 2 years ago, 2 years later, you got it. Who's to say 2 years from now, you know what I'm saying, that the stuff that you don't have now, that you won't have then?
We're gonna be in the studio, watch.
Facts. Speaking into existence.
We're gonna be in the studio, watch.
That's the reality. That's the reality. You have to speak what you want into existence. If you want to affect change, then you got to get up and do stuff to affect change. If you want to be better, you have to get up and be better. You ain't got to be better than me. You ain't got to be better than you, but you have to be better.
Be better than
that's what it is. Yeah. Yes, literally, just be better. Literally, just be better than you was yesterday. That's it. That's all you got to do. Because can't nobody outdo you. You the best version of yourself. Like nobody can impersonate you and do a better impersonation of you. You know what I'm saying? Like they just can't. They can try. It'll be a good try, but you're like, nah, you messed it up. See, I go to the left instead of the right. See, that's where you messed.
That's where you messed up.
Yeah, that's where you messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't even know the routine. You don't even know.
You don't even know, but they see. But they, you know, people gonna go to thinkerversusspeaker.com. They're gonna be like, man, why do I keep saying it? Because you need to go to the website. That's why.
You need to go to thinkerversusspeaker.com and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But you know, check out perrywebdesign.net right on that sponsor page.
Facts. Definitely gotta go there too. Definitely. But you know, they're gonna see the website. They're like, oh man, Thinker versus Speaker got a website. Oh man. But they don't know. Prior to that, nobody knew that you were sitting on the domain name for 2 years. They just see what you got now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they locked in on. They locked in on this part. Oh, you got videos, you got a website, man. You got a team behind you. You got somebody that build websites. You got somebody that do networking. That's crazy. They ain't looking at what you did to get to this point.
Yo,
they looking at where you at now. Yeah. That's the thing. Everybody always wants to look at the flashy stuff, but you don't want to look at what it took to get to the flashy stuff. Right. Like you literally said, you had a phone and some AirPods. That's it.
They weren't even AirPods. They were wired.
My bad, my bad. Some
No, we got to
wires
get it right.
and
You got to get it
firewalls.
actual factual. Like, okay. I don't,
Yeah, but like people don't trip. No, nobody will trip off that. Nobody gonna trip off the fact of the small accomplishments that got you here now. You going on 2 years of this fantastic podcast. People, and then when you have your 2 year celebration and you doing it big, that's what everybody going. That's the next step. Everybody gonna be looking at. Oh man, I want to do a podcast. I want to do this. I want to do that. All right. Well, if you gonna do it, you got to do these small steps to get to this point. You know. And once again, don't let nobody ever shit on your accomplishments. Those small steps that you've taken will lead to to the greatest accomplishment that you got set for yourself. And then once you reach that, you're gonna up and look up and you're gonna be like, now I got an even further goal. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah,
we
people,
literally saw
y'all gotta make sure y'all go to thinkavertspeaker.com and
okay.
look at them past videos and see the progression. Look
No,
at the
for real.
progression. Look at the progression. That's what you need to focus on. Don't just start here. Don't just start here. You need to
Go back to
look
take
at
me out.
right.
Take me out. Okay. I,
Like that's what you need to focus on.
look, I like for real. Like, and honestly, like, man, just don't be scared. I said this on the episode with Kiera, man. Like, you gotta let the love for what you do outweigh the fear every time. Let
Yes,
it outweigh the
100%.
fear. That's what I'm saying. If you don't love what you do, don't do it. But if you love what you do, go all in on it. Go
Yep.
all in on it. Find what you happy about and go all in on it. Nobody said quit your job. Like I said in this same episode,
Right.
get accustomed to the idea of hard work. Because I promise you, if you're looking at your life, you already working hard on something. But you
Yep.
might be working hard on something you don't even enjoy. So
Mm-hmm.
find a thing that you enjoy, go in, and before you know it, it'll be the thing that you can do like for real. And imagine
Yep.
what you can do. It's going to change your mindset. It's going to change who you are as a person. It's going to change your confidence, your character, your everything. You're going to be accomplishing things that you never even imagined yourself doing, all because you followed your heart and followed
Yep.
what you love.
And you gonna up and look up one day and you just gonna look at your circle. You gonna have resources at the wazoo. You just gonna be looking crazy. You gonna be you just gonna be speechless.
Falling out the air.
Man, you just gonna have a team of people around you that you're gonna be able to just call on if you need something. Like you just don't know who you would like. Success attracts success. If someone thinks that you are doing something to the point where they're like, "Oh man, I need to get a part of that."
Mm-hmm.
If someone feels like they want to come sit at your table, that's how you know you're doing something right.
Look,
It's totally up to you if you want. If you can tell them, and that's the good thing about building your. Once again, it's the best thing about building your own table. You make the rules at your table.
sure do.
If somebody pulls a chair up to your table and they ain't, you know what I'm saying, what they doing, they come in with some negative energy, and you like, oh no, we don't do negative energy over here. It's
Not
only
at this
positive
table.
energy here. You got to get from my table. That's the beauty of having a table, your own table. If someone, I'm telling you, success gravitates towards success. That's what you're gonna bring to you. That's that energy that you're gonna bring to you. That's what y'all gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Only if y'all decide that y'all want to be successful for yourself, not for nobody else. You can do it for someone else because I know I do what I do for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I'm I started my website business for myself
Yep.
because I wanted that feeling of accomplishment of being able to eventually, like you said, eventually I'm trying to get to a point where I'm not working for nobody.
Yep.
I'm boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have people working for me. That's what it is.
That's the goal.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hire some little interns. You
Okay.
know, like
Can't nobody tell me no. That's the goal.
for real. Like I'm straight walking into the building just I'm just acting a fool because I can't. Who gonna tell me I can't? You
Right.
know. And so yeah, no man, it's just crazy. I'm like, man, people so talented, it's nuts. I'll be like, man, why ain't you doing this? I'll tell one of my friends the other day, man, why ain't you going for real estate? Why?
Mm,
Because of the money, because of this, that, the other. There ain't no excuse.
nope.
There's
It's paid.
resources out there that'll actually pay for you to do this stuff.
You
If
just
you
gotta
go
find
look
it.
for it. Yeah, like if you go look for it. Like seriously, if you go look for those resources, they out there. You can
It's
find
okay to
them.
do whatever you want. It's just a matter of, are you willing to see it? Just period.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
period.
If you really want it, you gonna go get it.
You gonna find
If
it. And
you
it's not even gonna be that hard to find. That's what's so crazy. You just gotta
nope.
literally try. It's gonna pop out like, damn, it was
Yep.
that easy? Yeah, actually it was.
Right.
Because it's meant for
Like,
you. If it's meant for you, it's gonna be that easy. I'm telling
yep.
you. I'm telling
Hmm.
you. If you look at your life, everything that you need to succeed and what you meant for was already there.
Yep.
It was already in you the whole time. It's just a matter of were you willing to see it? Cause like
Oh yeah.
the same me that was slanging credit cards is the same me that got to hop in people DMs like, hey, I do this podcast called Thinker versus Speaker. You can find it at thinkerversusspeaker.com. You know, I got my schedule over there if you want to set up a meeting with me. Just get on
Facts.
thinkerversusspeaker.com. You know what I'm saying? And we can set up a time. We can talk about it if you want to collaborate and come on the show.
That that easy. That easy. But people make it more complicated than what it actually needs to be because they too busy making excuses on why they can't do it. You work like a lot of people work harder on trying to make them an excuse of why they can't do something than
Yeah.
actually going out and doing it. It's like you
Wow.
putting all this energy toward, trying to explain. First of all, you grown and you don't have to explain nothing to nobody. But the fact that you think that you have to take the time out and explain why you are not succeeding to me
Mm.
just shows just how out of the loop that you are and why you can't sit at my table. Oh, I
Yo.
can't do this because of this. Like, no, no, no. You can. You don't want to. There's a difference between can and not wanting to do something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, no. It's not that you can't do it. You just don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I like, man, see, this is why I like having friends that are blunt because you know what I'm saying? One, you need it. Like if you got
Yeah.
friends that ain't honest with you, get new friends. Cause it's the funniest thing because sometimes it is that black and white. And you need
Mm-hmm.
somebody to be able to just say it. Like I remember it was one time before. Now I'm not the type of person where people can make me eat my words. So then when I find somebody that makes me eat my words, I appreciate it. Cause I remember I was on the phone with somebody and I was just like, man, I can't work out. I got time. I don't have time like that. You know, I'll be taking care of Ruby. I'll be doing da 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 da. And then she was like, what you doing right now? And I was sitting on my couch in my living room. We was on FaceTime. I couldn't lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I could lie. Like,
I said, wait a minute.
I was like, and it ain't nothing that you can say because it's really that simple.
Yep.
It's really that simple. It's just a choice. It's a choice.
Yep.
You might not
Is it
like
easy?
it. You might have to bite your
Right.
tongue and swallow it for a second. It's uncomfortable, but it's true.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I tell my boys all the time. I'm like, man, I'm telling y'all, if y'all ever see me slipping, y'all make sure y'all tell me. Don't.
Please.
You ain't a real friend if you let me out here look like a fool. You ain't my real friend. If you see me like declining, if I'm up high and you seeing me declining and you won't say nothing, like I ain't want to say nothing to you. You grown this that. You ain't a real friend. Because
Nah.
a real friend will pull you to the side. He ain't gonna bust you out in front of everybody. But a real friend will text you or call you and be like, "You good? Cause you you looking rough, big fella. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you tripping out here. Cause I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on at home, but if you need something, you need to say something. Cause closed mouths don't get fed. Like,
Nah, for real. Nah, for real.
man.
I've had a couple times. My friend Cassidy done came in the clutch a couple good times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sometimes for real, sometimes that's all you need. You straight need a team. Like you need those people that's gonna, and this is the biggest thing. I feel like it's almost just extinct now is accountability.
yeah,
You need that accountability. Somebody that's gonna hold you accountable, someone that's gonna call you out. I mean, my 7-year-old son calls me out. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm talking big game. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go to the gym at 4 in the morning, I'm gonna come back, shower, get dressed. Man, that 4 o'clock hit, that alarm go off.
Hit a little
I'm talking
different.
about snooze. I'm talking, I ain't even snooze. I cut it off. My son will literally catch me in the morning. He be like, Dad, you go to the gym? I'd be like, nah. He be like, why? It's like, I'm tired. He was like, but you went to bed at like 9. He was like, you had enough sleep. Man, straight be calling me out. But you know what? I got to practice what I preach because I do the same thing to him. I do that with all my kids. They know that accountability. And they know they're surrounded around other kids like them that's like I'm gonna just use sports that's dedicated to the sports that they play. They surrounded around people, those other kids who want to be great. They want to make it to the big leagues. Mind you, they're only 7 years old, but their mind is like, I want to make it to the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be on somebody's cereal box.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to the same thing with adults. You surround yourself around, a few good people, then you see them like succeeding and being, you know, uh what's the word I was gonna say? Well, succeeding and just being better than they was last year, you just sit there and be like, damn, I want to be like that. I can be like that.
I can do
And
that.
it's intoxicating. It's intoxicating because it's like, because you start feeding off of it. You like, oh, I'm about to do this, and this. Because I know if they can do it, I can do it.
Yo,
And so that's just the biggest thing, people. If nothing else, if you don't take nothing else from this episode, just know you got to be better than you was yesterday, and eventually you're gonna surround yourself with people that's gonna help you go further. You might start off by yourself, but you're it's gonna get better. You're gonna have a team, and you're not gonna be by yourself for long.
nah,
You're not,
nah.
because once again, black folks, we hard headed. We stay trying to do stuff by ourselves. It's like, no, you can ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Let somebody
You
help.
know, yeah, let somebody help. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody extend a hand, don't brush them away. Talking about I'm good. Oh no, you're not. Like you're really not good.
No,
But
nah, man. Nah, man, you not good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I walked into that hospital with that broken ankle. They looked at me like, you don't want no crutches or nothing.
no, I'm right. You might as well take the foot at this point, since you good. Like, since you good on one leg, you might as well take the foot. She don't need it. Like go ahead and take it off. We're gonna put it on display. Like this is what happens when you don't need help. Like
Nah. They be like, you got 4 weeks of physical therapy. I'm like, oh, okay. Can't even. Man, let the people help you. Stop playing. Let the people help
man,
you, bro.
stop playing.
We so stubborn, man.
Stubborn, man. Just like, but why though? Like,
No reason
uh,
at all.
no reason at all. And everybody don't have an agenda. That's
No.
another thing. That's a lot of people don't ask for help because people think, oh, they got an agenda. They gonna say that they help me do this, that, the other. If you truly, if you're truly with a team that is trying to grind and rise together, they ain't gonna be asking you. They're not gonna be asking you for no. Oh, remember I did this for you because it's gonna go unsaid. That's what it is. It's gonna go unsaid.
We know
It's
what
gonna
happened.
be Right, exactly. Because, and that's another big thing. Like when you're working with people that you've known for long periods of time, especially if they part of your team, you need to make sure that y'all got a clear understanding. Everything that happens during the working hours is business, is not personal. That's the biggest thing. Because you'll lose a couple friends because they get their feelings hurt. Because you're like, well, what? Why ain't you sending them to me? And well, that's not okay. And this, that, and the other. Well, I ain't sending them to you simply because it was a business move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that your business ain't good enough, but this right here can help us later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about the long game. But like I said, it all starts with you.
Yeah.
That's what it starts with.
Yeah.
You gotta decide that you're worth the time and you're worth the effort of improving.
Facts. 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 I'm not gonna keep going because we'll be here all day. We keep going like this, we'll be here all
Right.
night.
I hear you. I hear you.
Oh man, oh man. But before we get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit about your business before we get out of here. We ain't gonna leave you like that. Tell us a little bit. Tell the people what they want to know about Perry Web Designs. If y'all want to get a website like mine, thinkerversusspeaker.com, check it out, click all the tabs, make sure you're subscribing, all of the things. But if you want one like mine, tell the people where they need to go and what they need to do.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Go to perrywebdesign.net. You can go on there. You can schedule. Same thing on thinkerversusspeaker.com. You can actually schedule a time where we can sit down, we can talk, we can go over your vision of what you want your website to look like. I'm gonna try. Ain't no try. I'm going to bring your vision to life.
Thanks.
So that way, when you are done, well, when I'm done with your website, I'm gonna ask you probably 1,000 times. Are you sure you want me to do anything else? You want me to add this? I'm trying to make sure that I'm taking care of my people. And I did think about this today. Because once again, like I said earlier, I'm trying to affect change in my own neighborhood for my kids and the kids pretty much around the world. All the proceeds that I get when I'm building websites, I'm now donating 100% of that to charity. Um, well, not even charity. I'm going to donate that to the different nonprofits that I work with to uh, help them better and create more resources for younger children. Because I mean, if your 3-year old can, or your 3 or 4-year old can type in Coco Melon on YouTube, then they pretty smart.
Yeah.
And so, I want to give kids resources to where they can actually um, learn how to build websites from scratch.
Whoa, that's dope.
And so, yeah. And so I'm going to start posting videos actually on my webpage starting September. Just going over just the different styles and things like that, and pretty much just the basics of what it takes to build websites.
That's what's
So,
up. That's dope. That's
yeah.
super dope. That's super dope. Congratulations to you on that. And like I said,
Thank you.
make sure y'all go check them out. PerryWebDesign.net. If you don't want to remember all of that, it's easy. Go to thinkerversusspeaker.com on the sponsors
Yep.
page. Perry Web Design. Just click it. You'll be right on his website. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Yes.
man, this has been dope. This has been an amazing episode. Like, thank you. First of all, thank you for the website. And
Oh, no problem. Like I said, it was a joy making it. It was fun. Like I
yo,
said, I love what I do. So I mean, it was fun. It was, oh my god, it was so much fun.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man, it was fun working with you.
yeah,
I'm and like like we were saying earlier, we at this point, you know what I'm saying. I'm part of your team, and you part of my
yeah,
team. You know what I'm saying, and so
yeah.
I'm excited for future. I'm excited for future stuff.
No, for real. I already got an idea in my head. I've been sitting on for a long time, like that domain. I think you might be able to help me out with that.
All right,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
Yeah. Now it sounds like we about on the same page, but you know what I'm saying? I'm finna put the Avengers together in a minute. Y'all don't know.
Assemble.
Y'all might as well call me Tony Stark, okay? Because we finna do this together. Wait, Tony Stark ain't put who was it? Samuel L. Jackson the one that did it?
Yeah, that was Nick. That was Nick. Yeah,
I'm Nick.
I'm Nick.
Put an eye patch on me, all right? Put an eye patch on me.
Not the eye patch. You want the whole thing.
The whole thing. Y'all see me this October. Y'all know what time it is.
You already know what it is. 2-year anniversary.
Yo.
Pulling out the Avengers.
All right, you know who I am.
Oh my God.
But no, man, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. It was a fun time. Like it was great. Like I said, I have fun. I have fun doing this. And like I said, this was a good time. If you want to come back anytime, I'm always gonna stay in touch. But you are more than welcome to come back on the show anytime.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. Do you want to let people know where to find you on social media? You just want to send them Perry Web Design?
Just send Perry Web Design. I mean, if you did want to look for me though, Chris Perry on Facebook and then Chris Perry Jr. on Instagram. And then if you did want to look at some other sites I also designed, you can go to emergingbusinessleaders.org or you can go to comopeace.com.
Bet. Definitely make sure y'all go check those out. Y'all, and again, if you're looking for me, it's simple now. It couldn't be easier. Say it with me, y'all. Matter of fact, put it in the comments, y'all. Where do we need to go? We need to go to www.thinkerversusspeaker.com. Okay. If you can't spell thinker versus speaker, I don't know what to tell you, but it ain't no dot between versus and speaker. It's just thinker versus speaker. Go to thinkerversusspeaker.com. You're gonna find me. You're gonna find all of these episodes. You're gonna find my social media down at the bottom. And you can also schedule a time with me if you want to come on the show and have another conversation just like this one. So with that being said, if we ain't got nothing else for the people, Chris, you got anything else for the people?
No, man, I ain't got nothing else. Oh, I do got one more thing.
All right, let's go.
Make sure you go to thinkerversusspeaker.com. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Yeah,
okay.
Okay. Just one more time for the people in the back.
One more time. And if you're looking for me, if you're looking to see me, I will be at the Emerging Business Leaders Expo. If you're looking for their website, you can go to emergingbusinessleaders.org. Did I get it right?
Yep, you got it right.
Boom. So you can go there, check that out. I will be at the Emerging Business Leaders Expo November 4th, St. Louis, Missouri, from 11 to 4.
Yeah.
You can find Thinker versus Speaker, so many of the guests from the show, and so many other tools and resources from small business owners, for Black-owned businesses, for all of the things. If you just want to see other people like us collaborating, working together, doing a thing, in a purpose, being happy, all of the things, go there and check us out. Well, on that note, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. You know what I'm saying? If you like the episode, definitely make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We got a little comment section right under the video if you go to thinkerversusspeaker.com, or you can just tell us if you like the episode. You know what I'm saying? But like, share, subscribe, put other people on so we continue to grow. And I think that's all I got. Chris, you ready to get out of here?
I'm ready.
All right, cool. Again, thank you for your time. We're going to see y'all next week, all right? All right, later.